Savage, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What is going on, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2021 Topps Pro Debut, third case break number 2. 9:27 on the clock. We're starting at 9:30, so just hang out for a few and we'll get rolling. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hey, Mike, the pictures you sent me last week, did you send those on Instant Messenger or email them to me? Because I was trying to look for them earlier today and I was having a tough time finding them. I mean, I only took a minute to try and look, so I mean, it's not like I was going crazy, but. Ah, here it is. Let's check it out. Oh, I got a couple of Tatis is cool, man. Beltray. Who's the Philly? Is that supposed to be Zach Wheeler? Is that who that is? These are cool, though, man. Nice work. I like that Tatis a lot. The Iron... No, I didn't see the brawl in the Iron Pigs game. When was that, today? I'll have to check that out. What? They hit someone? Why were they fighting? Some of that old bad blood in minor league baseball. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. It's cool, man. Nice work. Oh, man. Allergies are killing me. Cricket there. That better. Chris, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You gonna fall asleep? What, you been up a long day, Chris? All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2021 Topps Pro Debut, third case break number 2. Everybody's new favorite product. And it's going to have to be our favorite for a while because it's a long time until anything else is coming out. A lot of stuff got backed up again. Optic was supposed to be out this week, and now it's not until the 22nd. And if I was looking at the releases right last night, Optic is the next thing, baseball release. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it is. So, and that's not until September 22nd, which is crazy. But for the time being, we got some awesome Pro Debut with some great hits in it, and we're going to open some more tonight. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for over 3 years now. We break mostly baseball, a little bit of everything else mixed in. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading, and we ship as quickly as we can. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do a free break every 1,000 subscribers we turn. It's a big break, couple $1,000 worth of boxes. You want a chance to get into it, all you do is subscribe to the channel. Your name goes in the random, and who knows, maybe you get a spot in the break. And we are like 15 away from our next 1,000, so we're going to be doing one soon. Oh, you fell asleep last night? Yeah, well, I guess I have to get my entertainment level back up again. Anyway, all right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Colin C. Braves, Robert D. Orioles, Tom B. Red Sox, Chuck T. Cubs, Thomas S. White Sox and Reds, Jeffrey L. Indians, Joe L. Rockies, Colin C. Tigers, George H. Royals, Christopher H. Astros, Joseph D. Angels, Robert S. Dodgers, Colin C. Brewers, Brady H. Twins, Russ T. Marlins, Colin C. Mets, Rich L. Yankees, Bartow B. A's, Joe L. Phillies, Wayne R. Pirates, Colin C. Cardinals, Jeremy M. Padres, Eddie K. Giants, Jeffrey L. Mariners, Joe L. Rays, Anthony P. Rangers, Jeffrey L. Blue Jays and Nationals, Bartow B. Bartow, what's up, buddy? Yeah, let's see if we can pull some fire. Go through Hyatt bomb. Dugouts were worn. Next batter, Moniak struck out. Gill walked off flexing. So next player up, David Paulino put it in his hand. Baseball fights are the best. They really are. A bunch of not tough guys getting tough. You gotta love a good baseball fight. You really do. And don't get me wrong, there have been some great ones, but I love all like the unwritten rules of baseball and stuff, you know, like, oh, my guy got hit, you gotta go out and hit their guy, and this and that. And, you know, I'm certainly not saying it doesn't happen on purpose. It does sometimes, for sure, but it's so funny how things are looked at. All right, this camera is going to be nice or not nice to me today. Let's see. Wayne, what's up, buddy? I did open my box of Chrome. It sucked. It's horrible. Oh, he snapped his bat, really? Yeah, it was terrible. The only thing I pulled out of my Chrome box was of any worth even mentioning, was a Prism Refractor Bomb Rookie. That was it. Everything else was pretty much garbage. So hopefully, I'm interested to see how the Blasters do us tonight. Look, I mean, the funny thing about Chrome, and we were talking about it a little bit last night, and, you know, I realized that maybe people who are, there's a Jeets insert, maybe people who are newer to the hobby don't quite understand. Don't get me wrong, the autos of the top players are great in Chrome, but it's really not necessarily the biggest thing you're chasing in there. You're chasing rookie refractors and stuff like that, which are much easier to get, you know. You know, you can go without getting a decent auto and still, you know, find a lot of money's worth of cards in there. Tyler Brown for Houston, base auto. Tyler Brown, Astro number 3. Who's Houston? Joseph. There you go, buddy. So, you know, the beauty of it is you can pull a lot of good rookie refractors, maybe some color, this, that, whatever, and get your money's worth out of the box. But I didn't even get any of that. So I got one, like, you know, $40 card that I'll probably get graded, and, you know, maybe if Bomb turns into an all-star, it'll be worth something one day, but we'll see. I have one of those yesterday. Pulled a Cornerstone Mauricio autographed at 90. That's nice. You're beginning to hate Topps Chrome. Well, a lot of people are unhappy with it. It certainly seems a little light on the autos, on the top autos. But it's honestly, other than last year, because there were all these quote unquote, rookie powerhouse players going into the season, meaning Jordan had already won Rookie of the Year, but his rookie card wasn't out yet. You had Bo Bichette, Lewis, Robert, you had all these guys coming that you knew were going to be in there. So everyone was happy with last year's. But most years when Topps Chrome comes out, everybody complains about it. And then fast forward to 2 years later when it costs 4 times as much to buy and nobody can get her, nobody can afford it because, that's kind of it's not unusual for people to complain about Topps Chrome when it first comes out. And again, don't get me wrong, everyone loves to pull the top rookie orange auto. Trent Devereaux, a green, 72 of 99 for the Angels. Robert. Everybody loves to pull that top rookie, low-numbered auto. Of course, we all want that, don't get me wrong. But the nice thing, as I was saying before, about Topps Chrome is there's many other ways to make your money back in Topps Chrome. Especially if you can find a mid-level rookie who has serious potential, which there definitely are some this year. You can buy into player breaks in multiple cases and get many, many rookie cards of them that one day are going to, even if they only sell for $5 or $10 a piece, are certainly going to make your money 4 times over. So, I mean, from an investment standpoint, it's not just about the autos where it is in a lot of other products. You know what I mean? So, believe me, when 2018... got 2 Kirilloff autos. I am telling you the absolute truth. In 2018, when 2018 Topps Update came out, I couldn't give spots away in those breaks. I mean, half of the spots wouldn't even fill in those breaks, and now those boxes are like a hobby box of 2018 Updates, like $1,800. I mean, like, so. Look, there are guys in there who, okay, everybody looks at Brian Hayes, Kalenic, Baum, and, any one of the other guys you can name. But there's guys in there who are going to be very good who maybe you don't quite know right now. Those are the guys I try and chase after, Like me personally, 2 guys I'm looking for out at Topps Chrome is Taylor Jones from Houston and Pavin Smith from Arizona. Pavin Smith you can buy in breaks for very, very reasonable prices. His cards sell for decent now, but the kid's got a ton of potential. He's really good. And if he really breaks out, you could turn some serious value on those cards, that's part of the game. Now, there are some guys who just like to chase the big guys, and I get that too, but you can go and buy into a break, spend $60, $50, $60, $100, $200 on, a Pittsburgh spot. Not necessarily pull, any Brian Hayes auto or anything like that, but if you can pull 5 or 6 refractors, you've got your money back, You just have to look at it as in the terms of what it is, because take a guy who potentially everybody thinks is going to have a great career. Let's say he does. You get a rookie refractor, Brian Hayes, get it graded, and let's say a few years from now he's an all-star player. Those cards are going to sell graded for $400 or $500 a piece. So I don't know. You got to kind of look at it for what it is, but it's not unusual for people to complain about Chrome when it comes out. And next up, guy we pulled last night for the Braves, Jesse Franklin green. We pulled him out of draft last night, a sparkle, 71. 2 of 99 for the Bravos, Jesse Franklin. For Robert, here you go, buddy. Chasing Marchand. Well, and again, the other thing which we spoke about last night and we've spoken about in the past is the size of the autograph checklist is unfortunately absurd. You know, there's 132 subjects, auto subjects. And yes, of course, there are always going to be multiples of the Eddie Diaz's of the world. And who's the other guy? There's another guy I've been seeing a lot of. I can't remember. There's another pitcher from another team. But when you have that many, it's hard to hit those top guys, you know, because there's so many auto subjects. Brian Beluvas. This I'm still don't know this guy's name at all. 89 of 150. You know, when you have a product with 70 auto subjects, the odds of hitting those guys are, you know, much, much easier. For Joe. There you go, buddy. Yeah, Marchan's not really a highly touted, you know, rookie. And, you know, your hope, of course, is you pick up what you can, and let's say he does become, and then you're into a gold mine, my friend. You know, that's the name of the game. Like, it depends on what your views of card collecting is. You know, whether it's just about making money, which there certainly is money to be made if you know what you're doing. And unfortunately, a lot of people recently, that's why they've gotten into it. Many of them don't know what they're doing, but they're trying anyway, you know. If you're into it just to build your own collection, you know, I know guys who don't care what team they get in any break. They just are building a collection, the best one they can. I mean, certainly there are ones they like better than others, but Colin Barber for Houston, numbered 92 of 150. Or if you're a PC guy, you know what I mean? You certain player, certain team, whatever it might be. There's definitely different ways to kind of go about it, you know. And unfortunately, when you're in look, a break is what it is. It's like a lot being in a small lottery, you know. I mean, nobody's, you know, none of us are naive to what a break is. But I mean, there's also an amount of entertainment to it and everything else. That's why people like it, you know. But if you're really into one certain guy, you know, you might be better off just going and buying his card. Heston Kjerstad, number 2 pick for the Orioles. Nice hit there on the 91 throwback. I need some sleeves. Hold on a sec. Oh, sleeves. Yeah, if you like the fills, you're just happy to get the fills, you know. There are certain people, you know, I've talked about in the past that I collect. My collecting has changed over the years a lot, especially in the last few years, where I'm not so much into a PC or this or that. I just like what I like. And to be honest, a lot of it has to do with since I started breaking. Let's see, who had the Orioles? Tom, there you go, buddy. Nice hit on the Kjerstad. Because a lot of my time is taken up with taking care of these cards that I don't have time to look for myself, you know, or go out of my way to buy into breaks or whatever it is, you know. But I don't do it. There are some guys I buy simply as investment, from an investment purpose, you know. I've told this story before, but Christian Villanueva a few years ago was killing it in the minors. Nobody was paying much attention to him. I bought a bunch of his stuff for cheap. I was buying like his first Bowman autos, blue first Bowman autos for like $40. He came up his rookie year. He hit like 20 home runs in 5 weeks. I sold everything for like 10 times what I paid for it, and then he fell apart. But I didn't know anything about the guy. I just bought him to try and resell him, and that's what I did, you know. So what's great about this product, and I think a lot of people realize what's great about Pro Debut, is not only the fact that, you know, you don't have to break the bank to get in these breaks, but there's a lot of great names in here that you can add to your personal collection. And there's plenty of cards you can make money off of too. Yeah, they're not going to command what a Bowman autograph is going to command or whatever, but it's still going to do well, and it's a great way inexpensively to add some great autographs to your own collection. Yeah, I was just like collecting too. I for a long time I had no real specifics about who or what I was doing. I just enjoyed it. I'm probably a little more specific now just because I have less time to really look around and take the time to try and make deals and this and that, whatever. So I've been buying a lot of weird stuff lately, though. And I've been buying a lot of Trout early stuff that I can get my hands on at decent prices, but I don't know. I've just been seeing things that have been just like catching my eye, Oh, I like that. Let me get it. For Detroit, Dylan Dingler. It's a nice one. He's a late first round, early second round pick. Detroit is George. There you go, buddy. There you go, bud. So I'm sure most of you know this, and I spoke about it last night, but originally, separate these guys. Usually Pro Debut has 2 guaranteed autos and 2 other hits. Sometimes it can be a relic auto, or it's just a relic, and a lot of times they do kind of the goofy, the hot dog guy at, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Stadium, Jersey, or, whatever. But because there was no minor league baseball last year, they basically said, well, we didn't have any relics for minor league baseball last year to make them, so now there's 4 autos in these boxes. So if you haven't bought into a lot of Pro Debut, or if you enjoy it and think you're going to buy into some more, there are jumbo boxes also. The jumbos only have 3 autos in them, but they have chrome cards, like 36 chrome cards in the jumbo boxes too. There's my friend Belvis again, Brian B. Belvis. Well, I mean, look, right now, there really shouldn't be a lot of grading dilemma, to be honest with you. If you can do it, you should do it, because right now, graded cards are selling for so much more than raw. And they didn't used to sell for that much of a, don't get me wrong, they always sold for a lot more, but not like they do right now. I mean, there are multiple cards, if you just kind of tool around on eBay, that sell for $20 ungraded and are $500 with a PSA 10, Now, granted, they're not all going to be 10s and this and that, whatever, but the increase in value from raw to graded right now is so much higher than it ever was before. Whereas 4 or 5 years ago, a card that was raw for $50 would be worth $200 graded. So it was still obviously worth grading them. You still made a lot more money. But now that $50 card raw is worth $1,000 graded, So if you have the opportunity, even if it's not with PSA, I mean, there's a lot of good companies out there right now. And, well, with PSA, you can't really grade with them unless you're doing the, the super economy $400 a card deal. But there's HGA is the one that does the really cool slabs. SGC, Beckett, obviously. What's the other one? GMC, GMC. One of them. They're getting a lot bigger too. A lot of people are using them, and they're very reasonably priced and great turnaround times. I'm actually thinking about doing a submission to them of like 20 cards, just some to sell, but mostly personal stuff. And look, if you really, really like certain cards, really are a big part of your PC that you really enjoy, they can be worth getting graded because they're gonna, just keep them nice. Keep them from getting destroyed or anything else. Brett Beatty for the Cyclones is. Brett says offensive models are Yelich. Is this the kid for the Mets? Yeah, the Mets, sorry. I was thinking of the guy from the Dodgers there for a second. Mets. Rich. My man Rich. There you go, buddy. The other thing, too, is you can get your cards slabbed. You don't have to get them graded. Like, if you just want to protect, cards that you really like, that for your personal collection, you can get them slabbed so they're protected where they'll, be slabbed just like this, but they won't actually be graded. And it's usually like, I don't know, half the price of grading. It depends on the company you use, Yeah, the Mets. I was thinking of the guy from the Dodgers for a minute. Batty, whatever it is. Nice one, Rich. There you go, buddy. Like that GMA. Is it GMA or GMC? I don't know. I can't remember. They do just the protection ones for like $10 or something like that, JJ Bleday Power. There's a Wander. His Hot Rods uniform. Let's find a Wander auto. That would be nice. Why do you wish they did not have a Joe Mauer autograph in here? I mean, I'm sure they're pretty difficult to come across, but... Tink Hence. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's a nice card. Look, I mean, as far as grading goes, obviously PSA is the most value. And I know a lot of you saw last year I did that whole SGC thing about how the value of an SGC graded card is 30% less than the value of a PSA graded card. But to be honest, with the amount that graded cards are selling for right now, it doesn't even really matter. If you take a $30, let's say a 2020 Ohtani Sapphire, regular base Sapphire, right? They sell for about $30 raw. If you get that graded and get it 10, it's worth about $400. Okay, now that's PSA grading. But if you get it graded by GMA or SGC or whatever, and it's worth $300, well, it's still very well worth doing. It's still 10 times. Simone Wood Richardson for Toronto. And, again, you can't really get anything done by PSA anyway unless you're willing to spend the $400 or whatever it is these days, And unfortunately, I think this is where PSA is hurting themselves. Okay, I think they may always be top of the pile as far as the grading companies go, but this shutdown is hurting them so bad that a bunch of other companies are showing they can do a really good job and carry value at the same time, that people are going to start turning around going, well, why am I going to send a PSA and wait 8 months when I can get it back in 2 from these guys at half the price, if not less, and still, again, maybe it's not worth $400, it's only worth $300, but it's still 10 times what it was worth raw, so what does it matter? You're still way up. Yeah, I had a bad experience when I did my grading with them, but in fairness to SGC, and I've got a bunch of SGC cards. In fact, I got a Aaron Judge back here, beautiful card. I do love the slabs with the tuxedo look and everything, and they did a very nice job on the cards I sent in. I sent it in maybe at like the worst time you could, because SGC got really hot last spring, right at the beginning of the summer. I had sent my cards in like the last week of April, and in like May, everyone was talking about SGC, and they just got absolutely flooded with cards, millions of cards, like overnight. So I ended up waiting. I forget what the actual count was, but almost like 9 or 10 months to get my cards back. And part of the reason there was an issue with one of the cards, and that held it. It was just wasn't the best experience. But the grading and the quality of them when they came back were great. And like I said, I think the value thing is kind of negligible at this point because graded cards are just worth so much more than ungraded cards these days. Gold. What do we got here? Dosebel Arias. I am not familiar with this guy. Dosebel Arias. After going 2 years experience, Cuba. Sophisticated plate approach into the Rangers organization. Led Northwest League in on-base percentage. 29 of 50. Dosebel Arias. That's an odd name. Anyway, Texas. There you go, buddy. Jeffrey. Yeah, and believe me, the look of SGC are great. And I think, and again, don't quote me, but it seems like they've gotten things more under control down there than they were at the time when I dealt with them. So, and I mean, if you're interested or if you don't know a lot about the grading process, there's a video on my site shows when I did the SGC grading, and I did a whole comparison thing where I pulled, PSA values and this and that. It's just now I don't think it's just not as relevant as it was a year ago because they're selling for graded cards are just selling for so much more. Jimmy Glowinski, 11 of 99 for the Giants. That's the thing, too. If you are selling raw cards, do not take too much below what you're asking, even if you're letting buyers make offers, because honestly, most of these people right now, and I'm all for capitalism, God bless them, but like everybody is running to get these cards graded, and they're selling them at so much more graded, and it's like they're kind of trolling for bargains. And it's funny because I've actually been dealing with this with one card. I have a Josh Jung Valiant Auto, right, on my site. I have gotten 40 offers if I've gotten one, but nobody's paid full price. Everybody, and it's not an expensive card. It's a $25 card, and guys are offering $15, $16, $18. But two of them, and it's numbered to 35. Two of them just graded to 10, just sold for like $300 for the same card. So every time these guys make an offer and they're like, "Oh, come on," I'm like, "Dude, somebody's paying full price for this card because you're gonna make a ton off of it." Tyler Brown, that's a dupe, isn't it? Is that our second Tyler Brown? Didn't we get one of these already? Yes, we did. For Houston. Houston is Joseph. Good buddy. What's up, John? So, like, these guys keep coming back to me and they're like, "How about $19?" I'm like, "Look, you want it that bad? Pay $25." But look, a lot of those guys are smart, man. I give them credit because they go out trolling. When I get some offers on cards, sometimes I laugh. I've literally replied to people LOL because I think they're joking. Like, you post something for like $40, and even if you put it as you'll accept offer, maybe you think in your mind, well, I'll take 35 for it, and the guy offers you like $7, and I think to myself, like, this must work that people accept these offers or they wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like I guess if you troll enough, you troll around long enough, and if there's 20 of the same card and you offer everybody the same amount, maybe one guy goes for it, you make a killing. You make even if you sell it raw, you make a killing. And the group affairs, this thing. The wrestler, whoever that was, I couldn't read the thing. But yeah, if that's the one you're talking about, yeah, I saw it. Somebody, let's see, yeah, man. Well, people are upset. I've pulled everyone else, but Mitchell doesn't want to come out. Believe me, for the aggravation you guys have all given me about it, I wish I would pull it. I just want to pull one just to end the aggravation. We'll have another box next week. We'll try again. All right, box number 3. Yeah, I'm not a trader. I never. I'm amazed at people who like trade. It's awesome if you're in that world and can do that. Like, and then I read all these like 8 million things about guys who have screwed guys in trades online and this and that. And I'm like, who in their right mind would trade with other people online? I mean, if you're into it, it's cool, you know. No, I've never been a. It's so funny too because I've had some cards up. It's usually more expensive cards, and they come back and they're like, "Well, I'll give you this, that," and I write them back real nice. I appreciate the offer, man. I really do, but I don't trade. I only sell. And then they come back with another offer. Well, then I could add, and I'm like, dude, I don't trade. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's not you. It's not your offer, man. I just don't do it. For the Bravos, Spencer Strider. The Godfather. I've never heard of the Godfather. That's a wrestler. He's a big deal right now? Or is he a big deal recently, or is he an older guy? That is one I'm not familiar with. Although, again, my wrestling vocabulary is limited at best. I would say, limited at best. I know all the like the big guys. Although I told you I watched a little last week, I was thoroughly impressed. Well, it's a shame because obviously, you know, John, you've bought multiple times to try and find that Mitchell auto. And there's a couple other guys who keep buying too. Yvonne Johnson, numbered 41 of 99 for the Red Legs for Jeffrey. Sam, which he bought last night too. And I'm going to blank on the other guy's name. Anyway, there's like, you know, if we've done, what we've done, 27 draft breaks. Between the three of you, you guys have bought probably 22 of the times. Bought that spot between the three of you. So there's plenty of frustration on not finding that auto. Attitude Era. He was a pimp character, hence the pimpin' ain't easy. Okay. I honestly don't know what that means. Like, you know, what's the Attitude Era? Is that like the steroid era in baseball? Like, what years did that cover? And how did that terminology come about? Just everybody had, like, it was just a lot of crazy attitude among everyone, or what? There's really a lot to know about wrestling. There's no doubt about that. It is certainly way more than just a sport. Alcantara. We got a nice Alcantara auto last night. Let's see if we can pull another one. 97 to 01. Okay. That's the Attitude Era. And what constituted calling it the Attitude Era. It was just the type of people who were wrestling, like the people who were champions at the time. They were Bryce Turang on the back. Which one? The rookie update one? Or the rookie debut one? There's a nice one there. Nick Yorkie for Boston to 99. Number 11 overall pick, I think. I know it was their first rounder. Maybe 14, somewhere around there. I think 11 was Foscue. Nice one for Boston. For Chuck. Weed reference, top of shit. Oh, okay, I got you. Nice Yorkie. Congrats to Chuck. Yeah, I still have it. You know, it's funny, I have a Buxton Auto. I just found it the other day from, I don't even know what the product is. It's graded too. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It's in my son's room. I didn't even realize he had it. He's got a couple drawers with cards in it that he likes and stuff. And for the Phils, Mick Abel, gold. Numbered 30 of 50. From my man Wayne. There you go, buddy. It's like it's almost like an Onyx product or something from back then, like premium something or other. But it's like a 2015 or I don't even know where we got it from, to be honest with you. But I'll take a picture of it and send it to you, see if you're interested. It's a pretty cool card. Yeah, I think the one you're talking about is the Topps rookie debut Buxton rookie. I believe you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken. I actually think I have a couple of them. Because I have like 5 or 6 of the regular rookies. I sent you one, and then I sold a couple other ones. I still have a few left. I just found a whole slew of Xander Bogart and Xander Bogart rookies and Devers, and then I found like 5 more DeGrom rookies. That's why I'm gonna do a grading, because I'm gonna send them in to get graded. DeGrom rookies sell like crazy. Although he's hurt right now, so it's probably going down some. But I sold a few at the beginning of the year, and they were selling like $100 a piece. Bobby Witt. He was scamming people on what, the figures? For the Pirates. Nice Nick Gonzalez. Nick Gonzalez. Blue. Number 93 of 150. Scamming autos or the figures themselves? It's amazing. Well, if you've ever watched you ever watched that documentary about the guys from the 90s who the FBI took down, and they were pretty amazing. And I am a baseball card collector. Okay, literally my memorabilia in the world is this ball, this Mike Trout ball. I have an Ozzie Smith ball. I have Machado signed jersey. And again, these are my son has them, but I mean, I bought them for him. And I have a Kevin Kiermaier signed jersey because the person who won it never took it. It got returned to me. That's everything I own in memorabilia. Everything else is cards, you know. And if you ever watched that documentary about those guys in the 90s, that the FBI took down. They stole millions, tens of millions of dollars, and they were like making fake Babe Ruth, balls, and autographing them and aging them, and the guys, they were talking to the guys, and the guy who was doing the signing was like, I used to sit at my kitchen table and sign like 700 Babe Ruth balls at a time. And it's like, and you worry how much of that stuff is still out on the market, because there's no way they got all that stuff back. So it's obviously a very lucrative industry, the fake memorabilia world, that's for sure. Unopened action figures never drop in price, always go up. Somebody was saying since Eastern Canada scamming U.S. people, the charges will never stick, really. So what was he doing? He was repackaging them, or he was making fake ones and packaging them? And these are like wrestling figures he was doing it with? It's like I say with most scams. Obviously they work. Obviously they make money, or else people wouldn't do them, to some point. It's like whenever we joke around about getting the Nigerian, prince from Nigeria who's got $30 million and this and that, and you and me and most normal people look at that and go, yeah, go to hell. But obviously somebody out there falls for it. Cole Henry autograph for the Nationals. From my man Barto. Here you go, buddy. Flea market. They wanted $50 for Masters of the Universe that were up. Oh, dude, if you knew. So when I was a kid in the 70s, a little kid, all right, I was born in 72. My father worked for a company called Strawbridge and Clothier. Okay, so if you're not from this area, Philadelphia area, it was a regional department store. And it was a very big deal in the Philadelphia area. It was a family in the area that named the Strawbridges. They owned it. And, of course, when the father died, the kids all sold it off. And it's long gone now. It's been gone for 20 odd plus years and 20, 30 years now, whatever, because the kids just wanted the money. But, this was back before the May Company, owned every department store, and, it's all kind of a monopoly now. Anyway, my father was a vice president there in the 70s, and he was a vice president of, buying, basically. I don't know what the term for it was back then. I don't remember what they actually called it. But so when I was a kid, I had everything Star Wars. Everything. And he used to get it all for free because they had a big contract with the company. My father used to go to all the premieres for Star Wars and everything. And I had the big, huge Millennium Falcon, the original one that now they sell for like $100,000 or something like that. I had so much stuff when I was a kid that my father gave to me that he got for free that I'm like, I could retire off of those things if I still had them. It's so annoying. And I don't know, again, this is showing me as the geek that I am, and I don't know how many of you guys know this, but if you're into Star Wars, or if you know anything about Star Wars, Hamill, when he signed the deal for the second Star Wars movie, one of the big stipulations in his contract was he wanted one of everything. There's a Grant McCrae for the Giants. Part of his contract was that he would receive one of every merchandising thing that was made for Star Wars from there on out. Now, again, the first Star Wars was very successful. Obviously, they made a lot of money. And the merchandising was decent, but nobody knew it was going to be like it is now. And Kevin Smith has actually talked about this. If you listen to Kevin Smith at all, he's got warehouses full of stuff. Still to this day, anything Star Wars they produce, one of them goes to Hamill. And he's got them all in warehouses, and the collection itself is supposed to be worth like tens of millions of dollars or whatever. If they make something Star Wars, he gets one of them. But I always think back to all the stuff my dad gave me. I mean, I had everything Star Wars when I was a kid. The drapes, the sheets, the toys, the this, the that. And, my mother burned it all one day, I'm sure, in effigy of me. He'd hit you and make money do sometimes, and you think he's selling the next time. A wrestler bought 3 years ago for $20. I opened and put it on my stand. It's now over 200, over 100 on open. Yeah, there's a lot of toys are that way. Toys are very collectible items, man. If you get into the right things. I mean, look at the Pokemon and all that stuff. I mean, I know those are cards or whatever, but I mean, it all follows kind of the same suit. My brother is a jeweler out in Vegas. He owns a large pawn shop in Las Vegas. And one of the ways he started making his money this damn camera. Sorry, guys. I think I actually found a new tripod. I'm going to retire this week. Sorry about that. Was the... I lost my train of thought. The dolls. Or the stupid little stuffed animals they had in the 90s that everyone loved, and they got really collectible and stuff. And my brother had a guy who used to go around to like estate sales and buy them, and he would resell them for thousands of dollars, and it was just a stupid toy, but it was kind of like they limited them, and that's how my brother first started making money out there. It's crazy. It's like anything else, man. If you find the right thing, you know what it is, and you know that person's going to be hot, whatever. It's a fortune. I mean, you think of those Millennium Falcons from the 70s, these things probably sold for like $19.99, which at the time was a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, $20 wasn't cheap. It's not what $20 is today, but this thing sell for like 75 to 100K now. Beanie Babies, yes, Beanie Babies. Thank you. That was it. And my brother still does that. He still has an estate buyer who travels all over the country and buys stuff at estate auctions. My brother originally is a licensed jeweler, and that's how he started out. C.J. Van Eck, numbered 9 of 10 on the C.J. Van Eck for Toronto. From a man, Bartow. There you go. Oh, this camera. Sorry, guys. How annoying is this? We've never had it happen 3 times before. Sorry. I'm gonna have to do a little carpentry work in between the breaks tonight to get this thing straightened out. But what my brother does is he has somebody who goes around and buys jewelry and toys and whatever else they can find at estate auctions, and most of it's junk, like especially with the jewelry and stuff. But he'll send it all back to Vegas to my brother, and then he goes through it, and then he'll pull pieces apart. Take the gold from this or the stone from that, and build new stuff out of it, make a new ring, make new jewelry, and make a killing off of that stuff. But Beanie Babies, yeah, that was how. When this guy would travel for him, he started running into these Beanie Babies, and especially these ones that were like really rare. And my brother would be like, just go ahead and buy them, and he'd bring them back to Vegas. And at the time, my brother had a store in Caesars. This was in the 90s. I guess mid to late 90s. He had a store right in the Rotunda in Caesars. And, they were already worth a lot. And he, of course, would, mark them up through the roof. Jamari Baylor, a gold auto for the Phils. Numbered 3 of 50 for Wayne. So, something that was already rare that sold for $300, my brother would sell for $600 because it was in a casino. And, some idiot who just won on a slot machine or whatever would be like, oh, I want that Beanie Baby, And he made a killing. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars selling Beanie Babies in Caesar's Palace. Jamari Baylor. Well, yeah, that's. I'm sure if any of you guys remember 40-Year-Old Virgin, that was this whole thing, right? He had all the action figures. Believe me, all of us, if we could think back to all the GI Joes and the 6 billion, that's another one. That $6 million man, like that $6 million man action figure, like in the original packaging and everything. This thing sold for like $30K. It was like a $9 toy back in 1978. But that's the point. There aren't many of them out there. Oh, come on. Guys, I'm so sorry about this. Give me 1 sec here. I keep trying to do it so we don't get... For those of you who don't know, I have a suction cup tripod that I've had for years, and it's worked great. And the suction cup is just dying on me the past few weeks. I'm having a hard time giving it up, but now it's just pissing me off. Yeah, Bartow, you're probably right. Super glue might be the way to go. See, the problem with me is because of, for those of you who don't know, I have Parkinson's. It's, early onset and this and that. So sometimes my hands get going. I do shake a little bit. Everybody can see it. It's not, a huge deal. But to use like a regular tripod, I bump into things. I can't help it. It's just the way my hands are and this and that. So when I found this suction cup one, it was like perfect because I could still kind of, if I nudged the camera or bumped into it, it wouldn't knock it over. Whereas like a regular tripod, it would just fall over every time. And the guys who are regulars know I knock all this stuff over all the time because I'm like a spaz, and that's why I don't want to give up the suction cup because it keeps me from knocking over the camera. Now it's just falling over on its own. So yeah, the super glue might be the way to go. You might be onto something there. We're in our last box here. We do have more Pro Debut next week. We're going to finish this one up, and then we're going to do a quick hit recap. What time do we got anyway? The Chrome Blaster breaks at 10:45 tonight. So if you're in that too, we'll finish up, do a hit recap, go off for about 5-10 minutes, clean this up, and we'll be back with the Topps Chrome. Like I said, we'll have more Pro Debut next week. We got a bunch more on the shelves here, and we're going to do Prism next week too. I got some Prism hobbies in. We never ended up doing it. It's been sitting here for a little while. And some more Chrome, more blasters, more jumbos next week. So we're gonna do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe possibly even Sunday next weekend. So we're gonna have a full week next week if you guys are around and would like to join us. I try. I try to entertain. Usually it's me just blathering on and trying to pay attention to what you guys are saying. Desan Brown, man, we're having a run of Blue Jays hits here, huh? For my man Bartow again. Desan Brown, he's a good prospect. Well, not what some people say. Some people tell me I'm the worst. It's always something. Dude, I had one last night. I'm telling you, I can't figure people out sometimes. I really can't. So, most of you guys know that even though you try to upload YouTube right away, they take forever to put your actual video on your page, okay? Literally, the second the live feed is done, the video is on YouTube, but it's not on your page. It takes them hours to get it put on your page. So, yeah, sometimes people miss the live break, and a couple hours later they're looking for it. They'll email me and be like, hey, man, do you have a link to the break? And I just send it to them. Yeah, here it is. And now, for future reference, for anybody who wants to know, if you literally copy the title from eBay I try to always make sure that the title of the YouTube video is the same as the title from eBay. And if you just search that, it'll come right up. It's there. It's just not sitting on my page yet because YouTube hasn't put it there yet. So I get an email. You like antique toys? Yeah. My father has a bunch of like the old cast iron antique toys, man. These things have to be worth money. Every time I go up there, I'm like, should get these things taken a look at, I get an email from a guy last night who has actually broken with us before, not a lot of times, but a few times, and it was like, it's like so rude. I'm amazed at how rude people can be. Petey Halpin for the Indians in that 91 design. Indians is Joe. So the email basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, is, I thought this break was tonight. What happened? I expect when I pay good money that the owner does what they will say. It was scheduled for 9 o'clock Central Time, which was 10 o'clock Eastern. Where is it? So I sent him an email and said, well, we did it at 10 o'clock live. Here's the link. To the video. And I mean, look, again, if the guy had reached out to me already, I would fully understand. But he hadn't reached out to me. All he had to do is say, hey, do you have the link to this video? I can't find it. And I'm going, here it is, and you're good. But he's basically telling me that, he spends good money. Me as an owner shouldn't welsh on. I'm like, what are you talking about? So then there's a Jordan Blazevich Heat green. Is that numbered? Yeah. 53 of 99 for the Twinnies. So this was like 2 in the morning. I got this email, and I emailed him right back. Most of you guys know I'm pretty quick to email everyone back. I email him right back. I give him the link, blah, blah, blah. Hey, thanks for joining the break, yada, yada, yada. The usual. And I was watching TV, kind of sleeving some cards, and I kind of passed out. It was like 3 in the morning. I wake up like an hour and a half later at like 4:30 because, I had to take a leak. And there's another like scathing email from this guy. I want to know where this is now or return my money. I was like, well, I sent you the link like 2 hours ago, dude, So I sent it to him again, and I never heard anything from him again. But I'm just amazed at like how quickly people get so mad at people, like without even giving them a chance to go, here you go, like, let me help you, All your cards are not top loaded. Yeah, I got that one a few weeks ago. That was a new one. People do constantly. That one threw me so far for a loop. I said, it was like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean. You wanted all your cards top loaded? Yes. I'm like, do you know how much top loaders cost? I was like, 98% of the cards there aren't worth more than the top loaders are. I said, well, I'm sorry. Maybe we shouldn't do business together anymore. What are you going to do? Yeah, I don't know if he's still got the boxes. I need to, I should get a few things in order before he, kicks it one day so I can make some money off that stuff. Yeah, that's what ends up happening. Look, sometimes there's misunderstandings. I get it. It happens. Sometimes, it's funny. In fact, I had a guy a few weeks ago who wrote me this email, and again, it came off, it was really rude. And there's Jesse Franklin for the Braves. And I wrote to the guy, and I usually am, honestly, I'm a catch more flies with honey kind of guy. It's the way I was taught. And, look, I get it. People get upset. It's fine, But this guy really upset me. Because I really took, umbrage with what he said. And I wrote him back and was like, look, dude, you're way out of line even saying this to me. You don't even know me. You haven't gotten a chance to you haven't given me a chance to even rectify the situation that you think is wrong, this and that. And then it was funny because he wrote me back and he was like, you know what? You're totally right. I'm so sorry. That email I sent was so rude. I didn't even think about it at the time. So it's like sometimes I wonder if people even pay attention to what they're writing. You know, they just write it and go, send this. And then I'm like, yo, are you being a dick? You know? And they're like, oh, I was. I'm so sorry about that. So I don't know. There's misunderstandings. It's the internet. What are you going to do, right? All right. If I don't watch, I like a mystery when I get back. Hey, I do that sometimes. I buy into breaks sometimes and never see the break. And then I get the package. And then, of course, a week later, I'm like, what if the guy was, not honest though? Maybe I should go back and watch the break. All right, let's do a hit recap here. Another fun pro debut break. Great, inexpensive break to get some good cards. Let's see. Gold, green, green, green. Gold, blue, blue, green. All right, so we want to go blue, green, gold, and red. Yeah, I do. I'm feeling a little feisty tonight, a little more than usual. I try to keep it PG, but sometimes you just gotta, accept the rage. All right, guys. Hey, it's Sunday, right? It's I'm at the end of a week. You know how it is. All right, guys. Let's do a recap for 2021 Topps Pro Debut third case break number 2. Colors, the colors. Beluvas to 150 for the A's. Barber to 150 and a nice Nick Gonzalez to 150 for Pittsburgh. Devereaux to 99, Johnson to 99, Glowinky to 99, and a Heat insert Blazovic to 99. DeSobo Arias, the one guy I haven't heard of in this whole group, to 50. There's Mick Abel to 50, and CJ Van Eck to 10 on that one. Yeah, that's good, man. That's the way it happens. It starts to turn. All right, autographs. Actually, let's see real quick. How many did we actually get tonight? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, no bonuses tonight. Last night we had one bonus auto. We had one extra auto. So 16 autos. Here we go. Dingler for Detroit. Kerstad, very nice one there for the Orioles. Spencer Strider. Tyler Brown for Houston. Simeon Woods Richardson for the Blue Jays. Brett Betty for the Mets. Beluvas for the A's. And Brown again for Houston. Jesse Franklin for the Bravos. Petey Halpin for the Indians. Desan Brown for Toronto. Grant McCray for the Giants. Cole Henry for the Nationals. There's another Jesse Franklin for the Braves to 99. A very tasty Nick Yorkie to 99 for the Red Sox. And a Baylor for the Phillies to 50. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I work in a kitchen, too. I hear way worse all the time, too. Look, my whole thing here is that we do get some kids who watch. Like, I do, know certain guys, like fathers whose sons watch and stuff like that. So that's why I try to keep it, somewhat on the PG side. And a lot of times, which is very nice of them, they'll actually let me know beforehand. They'll be like, hey, my kids are going to be watching tonight and this and that. So then I really go out of our way. But that's really why. Because, look, when my son was younger, he used to watch all the time with me. So, I kind of think of the same thing. Like, I don't, look, there are guys out there who break, who have the foulest mouths you ever heard in your life and will talk about anything you want. They're out there. That's cool with me. I just don't want to offend people. I had a very religious man on one day who got very upset with me about my use of the word God, and it's not a fight I want to have with anybody, to be honest with you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, stay healthy out there. I'll be back in about 10 minutes with the Chrome Blaster break. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.